Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger, inventor of a cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All. And on this show, everything is about stringing material. And today we are going to be working with a 1mm leather. And we're going to be making this really cool braided and knotted wrap bracelet. It was a customer request by Karen Nathanson. So thank you, Karen. You saved the day because, you know, I wanted to use these beads, but I thought, what can I do with them that just... It kind of spreads them out and then just like really showcases their beauty. And the thing is, I put more space in between because the more space you have in between, you know, beads, that means the less you have of them. So that means the more you have left over to make another project. And guys, it is like 21 days until Christmas. It's like coming up on us really quickly. And if you're looking for a really, awesome Christmas present for somebody, a Knotty-Do-It-All would be like the best. I mean, it's the money that you spend, which is honestly for what you get, not that much. It will be like the gift that just literally keeps on giving. And a lot of you have like started your own businesses selling jewelry. And we have a clip that Laura Lee in Florida sent in of a shop. It's like a co-op, and her display is so cute. So I'm going to be sharing that with you during the customer show. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. And I know a lot of you do that. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the products on today's show, and then we are going to get to this awesome and amazing project. So, all right, our very first item is, let me move this aside because it is our large Knotty-Do-It-All board. And guys, let me tell you, this is the product of the hour. If you are looking to get someone a really cool Christmas present, then this is it. Let me tell you a little bit about this really cool tool. Okay, first of all, it is solid. I mean, this thing weighs over 2 pounds. It has like anti-slip feet. So, you know, that way when you're working, it's not going to be moving around anywhere. And it's got the bead and ring size chart, and it has the ruler in here in both inches and centimeters. And one really cool feature about this tool is that it keeps measurement while you're working, and you have a space, so it's easy to get your hands underneath, and plus it keeps tension. So let me just like show you here. See how you can get your hands like underneath your work like really easily. So it just makes working like a lot easier. And the reason that's important, because let's say you're making a bracelet and at 3 inches you want to put like a charm or a bracelet, and so the ruler, you know, right there. So once, like, let's say if I was going to add like a pendant here, I would have added it like right there. So, so that way it's just really, really helpful. So that way it takes like, you know, all the guesswork out of, you know, having to figure out like where and when to like put like your charm. But I want to just show you something real cool. This one, I already did this bead, but check it out. If you want to put like more knots, you just, I mean, lately I've been just using like working off the spool just to like, you know, do my like knots, because, you know, that way, you know, you don't have to, you don't have to guess like, you know, how much cord do I need, because a lot of times it changes because of the size of the bead, you know, and so forth. But that is a really like a cool tip that I have, that you could just like work like off the spool. And another thing I want to talk about is the multi-strand, and these are made by, you know, you simply just take, you know, a couple of pegs, and, you know, you just, you know, put them like however long you want it, let's say 7 inches, and you just wrap your cord around. And for like this bracelet, I think I did like maybe 11 wraps, but the cool thing about it is there is no hardware, so you don't have to, you know, because usually when you use like end caps, you have to have a different size end cap for each size leather, and with this technique, it's all this is just one continuous piece, and then you put this beautiful coil knot. But on this version, this one, you know, I did 3. And then you can make them long and then wrap them. I mean, there's so many different. You know what? Let me show you like I think I have one here. Oh, you know what? I can't find it, but it's in my drawer there. But you can make. I have one that's very long. It's a multi-strand. It's 3, but when you wrap it, it looks like a lot of them. Let me see. Can I find that? Oh my goodness. Ah, there it is. Here it is. Aha. This one. I love this bracelet. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? So what I did on this one, um, is like to kind of keep the like the beads and some like from moving around. I put like a little crimp bead, but this one's really cool. This is one of my favorites. I made this one years ago, and it's like see how you wrap it? Ta-ta! Look at that. Ah, so cool. Love it. And let's see, what else can I say about this? Oh yeah, you get an instructional DVD and an ebook. And everything is available online. So and also you can download your lessons. So once you get your password, you log into Knotty Lessons, and you do have the option to like download all the lessons, and that way you can have a permanent copy of them. But I do want to show you something really cool that I've been doing lately with this board, and that is looming, guys. Did you know that you could loom with this? So what I did here was I took 2 clips, and I put like a peg on one end, and then I put a peg on the other, and then I use you know, the ruler here, like to measure out the you know, the part of the like the bracelet. This will, I don't know what this is going to be. This is just mostly like practicing like different like techniques and like changing colors and, you know, things like that. But yeah, it makes a fantastic loom. And as a matter of fact, you know, one of our customers uses it as a loom. She says it's fantastic. She says it's like the best loom she's ever used, because not only can you like, is it a loom, but it also does like hundreds of other things as well. And we also have the travel size, and this one also, you know, comes with you know, its own hardware kit. It comes with the instructional DVD and the ebook, and you know, the ring size chart. You know, just you know, basically everything. It's just a smaller version. It's very handy to have. I mean, there have been times where I put these two like side by side if I want to make like an even like longer project. So the so either one, either the travel board or, you know, the large one, would either one of these would make a fantastic Christmas present. And it's like, it's basically like the gift that keeps on giving, because there's always something new. I mean, I'm always coming up with like new things that you can do, you know. And like, I don't want to miss my little tassels here, because I made these a month or so ago, and they're just so cute. I mean, the way it's finished on the top, I mean, there's just incredible. I love this thing. It's just, to me, it's so much fun. Let's see what else we have on today's show. Okay, so we have some really nice beads. The let's see what we have here. The first one is the serpentine, and these are the 8mm faceted round, and they have large hole. And this is an 8-inch strand. And you know what? I was curious, so I looked it up, and it says that serpentine is good for mental clarity, emotional balance, and spiritual growth. And they're really beautiful beads. Very, I think they, you know, they're very like Christmassy. My daughter loves anything green, so you know, I'm thinking, you know, making her a really like a cool bracelet. I don't know, maybe incorporate some gold, or maybe like a snake knot. I think a snake knot with maybe gold cord would look really cool with these beads. Really pretty. And the next one, oh, these are really, oh my gosh, I love these beads. This is the black sunstone faceted rondelle large hole, and this is also an 8-inch strand. And when I saw these, I knew that these were going to be the beads that I used on the show, but I didn't know what to do with them. And when Karen Nathanson, you know, she had sent in a project request, I thought, you know what, that would be perfect. So these are the beads that I'm using on today's show. They're beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, I looked up the properties, the healing properties on these, and this is a self-healing, protection, and it clears a negativity. So a black sunstone, 5x8, oh my goodness. Look at all those M's. Facet. I must have really liked them. Is it like 5x8? Okay, so that was a typo. Sorry about that. And then the next item, these are earth tone jasper, 10mm smooth round. And these are nice. They've got large hole, and this is a long strand. And what I really like about these, okay, they're matte, and you know, they remind me of like planets. you know, like I can see, I don't know, they just look like planets to me. But, you know, beautiful colors, you know, one of my big favorite color of bead is ecru. So there's a lot of ecru in there. For me, it's just very peaceful, very nice, beautiful strand. And let's see here. Here's you know, another beauty shot, so you can get an idea of, you know, they're big. I mean, because you know you can see that, you know, they're big in my hand. So this is the 10 millimeter. So, and then the last product is the multicolor waxed cord set. This is a 2 millimeter thick, and this cord is really good if you don't, you know, if you're vegan and you don't want to use leather in your product, you know, your necklaces or your bracelet. This is a really good alternative. And what I really like about it is it makes like really cool, like fluffy things. I mean, this is a small version, but let me show you, like, because on the ends of a lot of my bracelets and necklaces, I like using, you know, that cord because it fluffs out really nice. So it makes a really nice, you know, little accent parts for like bracelets and necklaces, which, you know, I really like making these things. I mean, they're just, it just adds such a nice little touch. And the nice thing about this set is it comes in a bunch of different colors. I mean, you got the gray, that beige, that one in the middle there is really pretty. You get brown, black, pink, white, and like a vanilla. Anyway, guys, that's all the products on today's show. So, you know, if you see anything you want, you better get it before it's gone. We have a full house today. You know, I was like looking, and there are there's a Susan and a Susan, and then a Kathy with a K and a Kathy with a C. I want to thank you guys for joining the show. I got a list here, guys. Look, let me see if you could see that. I write your names down because I'm watching. I'm taking roll. Got Rhonda. Rhonda, you know what? I hope you're doing good. I'm so glad that you made it to the show today. And guys, let's like send some like love and prayers to Karen, because I talked to her and she's going through a rough patch. So I don't want to get into it, but let's send her some like love and prayers because because that's what we're here for. Just. Oh, and Pat, good luck with your doctor's appointment. And I see that Gina is the designated timekeeper. So yay. So let's get to the customer show, and then we'll get to this really cool project. And guys, I've got an amazing tip for you. You're going to love it. Let's check out the customer show. Okay, so first we have this really interesting clip that Laura Lee sent in. And I wanted to share this with you guys because it is so cool. This is a way to Christmas present. I don't even know how to, I've never even seen anything like this, so I'm just like so astounded. So it's a plastic ball, and it's got the earrings inside, and then you put it on the Christmas tree. So it's like an ornament, it's a gift. I mean, how cool is that? So I just think this is like really like awesome. Girl, I don't know if you came up with this idea yourself, but it is so cool. So check that out. Thank you so much for sharing it because I think it's so cool. And then next we have Nana Scotland. Guys, look at this. This is micro macrame, and I don't know how to do the front part or the bracelet, but just the part in back. But this is like incredible, beautiful. I can't even I'm always astounded with how intricate your work is, Nana. It's just like stunning. And then next we have Kathleen, Alabama. Oh my goodness, look at those cute little tassel earrings, and look at the little skulls on the right. Ooh, I see that you got a perfect, that one's interesting. It's like it's just like a regular moose knot. Actually, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but that's really cool. And those knots that are on the ends, that's kind of sort of like what we're going to be doing today over braiding. Oh my God, look at those cute little tassels. Oh, they remind me of those, I don't know what they're called. They're like these paper mache dolls that I've seen, but they're really, really cute. It reminds me of Dia de los Muertos. Yeah, very nice. And then Christy, Alaska. Okay, girl, this is like way cool. That is like origami ribbon. And look, it's got the little balls on the ends, and it's got the tassels. Oh, this is so cute. And we've got a couple of other ones that Christy made like further down, but those are really, really, really cute. And one thing I was wondering, Christy, is are they symbolic of something? Because every time I see anything, I'm like, what is it symbolic of? So I'm just purely curious. And then next we have Jess, South Dakota. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, this is okay, it's got like the beach glass, it's got these little things, it's got like the macrame. Oh my goodness, is it like, okay, half hitch, I think. No, macrame. It's got a, isn't that so cool? And so this is like a double. Oh, and I see like the twisted macrame on the end, and then the adjustable slide a button loop. Really, really pretty. Thank you so much, Jess. That is a beautiful bracelet, and I really love the blue, like the ocean mixed in with the pearl. Really, very nice. And then we have Nana, Scotland. Oh, look at this. This. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this is like one continuous necklace, but it must be like 56 inches long because it's 4 tiered, and usually it's 15 times 4, oh, maybe 60. But I noticed, and because I do a lot of bead crochet, and plus it's on metallic thread. That is really cool. And I don't think it's wire. It looks like some kind of a metallic thread. Beautiful. Let's see, next we have Christy, Alaska. Okay, here are the other ones I was telling you guys about. Oh, look at that. They're so pretty. Christmas ornaments. I don't think, I mean, you probably made the tassel with the board, but I don't know how on earth you would have made those beautiful stars. So very, very nice. And I like, the way it's blowing in the wind. I mean, I can see that. It looks so cool. Let's see. And then next we have Maria, New York. Whoa, what am I looking at? Okay, so this looks like it's woven. You can actually weave with the board. That is one thing. I mean, I don't have any lessons on it, but I have woven and it does a really good job. But Maria has taken it to the next level because she's like incorporated chain. Really, really nice. And it's got like the braiding, the macrame slide knot, and those little fluffers on the end. Very nice. And next we have Nana, Scotland, the queen of macrame. Oh, look at the ends on those. I say that every single time. I want to learn to do that, but then I try one and then I mess up badly. Because for the life of me, I'm more into like abstract because I can't follow a pattern twice. That's why, I really don't make earrings unless they're just like plain old hoops. Because if it's anything that has like a pattern, it just takes me such a long time because I don't know, very beautiful. Oh, here's another set of these really cool. Oh, let's see, this one's got like little, looks like the sea glass on the ends. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna go with like origami stars. That's my final like fabric origami stars. Chrissy, tell me if I'm correct, but very, very nice. And then next we have Nana, Scotland. Ooh, look at this. This is another crocheted one. Okay, this one's got like little pearls and it looks like garnets. Oh my goodness. Did you make those floral things? Those woven. Oh my goodness. Now that's cool. I'm asking, it's those two, they look like flowers, Nana. And they look like they're crocheted, but, I just want to make sure because that looks really, really cool. And, I know I have a bead crochet lesson, but I do not know how to make those really cool flowers. And then next we have Maria, New York. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. This is macrame and woven. That's so cool. And I love that that pendant. It's got the slide knot with the button, and then the I noticed those look like JTV beads to me on the ends there. That is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing. I really like that bracelet. Very nice. And I can't tell. I have no idea if that's wax jewelry cord or what kind of stringing material you used. Oh, but look at that. It looks like you connected the pendant with a cute little itty bitty like moose knot. Very nice. And then next we have Nana, Scotland. Okay, see where the arrow is? I can do that, but the rest of it, no way. This is so cool. and look at the stitching around the pendant. It's got like beads, and it looks like half-hitch knots. Like it's like what do they call that? I'm at a loss for words here. The bezel. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. The bezel. And then it's got the very intricate macrame around it with the bead in there, and then on the top. But where the arrow is, I can do that. But thank you so much for sharing this. Beautiful. And then we have another video from Laura Lee. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yeah, check this out. She has her stuff, her beautiful jewelry in a shop. And a lot of my customers do sell their jewelry, but look at this. And she says she's doing really, really well. What a beautiful display. You know, got that real like beachy look. Look at that. Got that little hands. And I just thought I'd share this with you. So in case some of you guys are like, you know, thinking about not selling your jewelry, then, you know, let's play that again. Then, you know, do it, because people love this kind of jewelry. And, you know, there are lots of shops that, you know, if you just approach them, you know, they'll be glad. They're always like looking for like new and interesting. And, you know, I know with Laura Lee, like her, look at this, her stuff is definitely, it's just beautiful. I love it. Very, very nice. Anyway, that is the customer show for this week, guys. And if you have anything, email it to me at theknotty-do-it-all@gmail.com. I don't know if you guys heard that at the end. I had to like say it really fast because it's theknotty-do-it-all@gmail.com. So if you have anything you'd like to send in for the customer show, and I do have like some of you send in a lot of things, so I kind of like space them out. So if you sent something in and you didn't see it, that's because it's in the queue. Anyway, let's get to this really exciting project, and I'm going to share with you a really cool tip. Okay. When Karen sent me that project, I tried making it. I didn't have the right size leather because this one requires, I mean, it does the best job with a 1 millimeter. And I was doing it, and I noticed the thing is I didn't have any leather that was like new. I mean, because this leather that I had was like kind of, I've had it for like 3 or 4 years. And so guess what happens to leather when you don't properly store it? It gets kind of like dry and brittle. And you know, that's a good question. How do you properly store leather? You know, honestly, I don't know, because if you leave it in like a Ziploc bag, like, and it's not getting any kind of air circulation, it'll get moldy. If you leave it out of the bag, it gets dry and brittle. So, you know, you got to kind of like, you know, like, what do you do? So, usually what I do, because I just keep it out, but I'm always like ambitious. I think I'm going to use the whole thing, and I end up not doing it. So this was actually very, very dry. I mean, it was like almost like it was almost unusable, because I was going to throw it in the trash. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to do an experiment, and guess what? It worked. So what I did was I rolled it around like a bottle, and just make sure whatever bottle, it could be bigger. I probably wouldn't go any smaller than this. I don't know how big this is around. It's like, I don't know, that big. It's a contact lens solution bottle. But what I did was I put a ton, I mean, I really slathered the stuff on. It was a mink oil. They make it for like polishing shoes. And then I wrapped it in, I put it in like a Ziploc bag, and I rolled it up, and then I rolled it back into a heating pad on medium for a couple of hours. And then after that, I did it again, because it absorbed like all of it. I mean, this stuff was like, you could like literally see it like squished in all over the place. And look how like nice it turned out. But one thing that did happen, it did change the color of the leather a little bit. But you know what? I still like this. And at least, you know, I have the, you know, the satisfaction of knowing that it's not going to like get any lighter than this. So anyway, okay, let's see. I'm looking at the comments. Okay, so anyway, so that is my tip on, you know, if your leather gets dried out, you want to, like, that's how you can fix it. Mink oil. So so I made a little cheat sheet here, because I mean, this is a pretty simple bracelet, or yeah, it's very repetitive. But when you have something that's repetitive, the important thing to know is what stringing material and how much. I don't have I don't have enough time to make the entire bracelet, so I'm just going to make part of it. And then I'll show you how I started it and how I finished it. But for the full, bracelet, this is how much cord you'll need. So you'll need 64 inches of a leather, but that 64-inch piece is going to be folded in half. And then there's one length of leather that's 78 inches that's the one that's going to be part of one strand of the braid and the cord that makes the coil knots. You'll need 20 inches of wax jewelry cord for the binding knot at the end, which, let's see, I will show you that. Let's see. It's this part right here, so you can like secure the end. So that's what you need. You don't need too much of the wax jewelry cord. Faux leather, you'll need faux leather for the button, an 8mm ring to attach onto the faux leather, which I'll show you those right now, because I know a lot of you guys, like in the past, you've asked me like, how much faux leather, and I'll give you a cool tip. So that way, because I do this thing a lot. So, I'm actually going to start there, because that way we could just get it over and done with in case, the time becomes a problem. So if you're just like, oh, how much did she say? Like, it kind of drives you nuts. Just off the spool, just put your ring on and just measure 8 inches. I used to do 7, but I've gotten to 8 because it's just a little more, it just gives me a little more cord to work with. And then what I do is I clip this in and I make just a double coil knot, one, and see, so it's got the 2 loops here, so that's your double right there. And then I'm going to feed this cord in, and let's get that in, and so that way, it gives you like wiggle room in here to do your coil knot. Because when you do the coil knot, you got to slide it all the way to the end. And, just in case you have to snip for whatever reason, you've got like a little bit extra. And then you just cut this off. So if you're doing any kind of production work and you're going to be making this over and over and over, it's how when you're working, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, it's a lot faster than if you like kind of make them as you need them. So that way, if you're working on the bracelet, you just like grab one and then just keep going. So 8 inches over, and then at the end, we'll put the coil knot. I mean, actually, we could do that now. So you know what? Let's just do it. Let's get it over with. Because, and see, this is one of those production things that, like, I talk about like the small board and how you could do like certain things. Let's say you're on the road at an airport, then and you just have extra time, and there are small things that you can get done while you're on the road, which I do all the time. I mean, whenever I'm at an airport, I think the number one thing that I do at airports is, believe it or not, I make leadered needles for my work. So I just I coiled it around, and now I'm going to feed one in one way and the other one the other way. So let's get this. Oops. So I'm kind of like starting like a little bit backwards. Okay, then you want to like pinch it and twist it. Pinch and twist. Oh, my chip bracelet. Isn't that cute? You know what? I made this a long time ago, and just like Karen's project, I try to like recreate it, and I don't even know how I did. I know it's a flip knot. I know there's a lesson for it on my website, but I know that's exactly what this is. It's called the flip knot, because you can see how it's kind of like it. I don't know. You just kind of go like that. But a lot of times, does that ever happen to you guys? You make something and you're like, oh, that's so cool, but then you don't remember how you did it. Oh, it's really important. Okay, see how I put that little knot there? That is going to let me know that that's the one that needs to get trimmed, because there have been more times than not that when I slide this over to like cut and melt, I accidentally get the wrong one. So that's going to be a little like indicator. So let me get this cut, and I'm going to like kind of fluff this out. I'm going to take a lighter, and I've got a fan on here, so this might not work. Uh-oh. There it goes. And then I'm just going to melt it into a ball and hold it. Just that one you don't want to tap down. Just give it a couple of seconds. Yeah, you know what? That is one thing with the 1mm leather. You got it. And I'm going to tell you something in a minute. Let me finish this and I'll explain the other like thing with the leather that honestly, it kind of drives me nuts, but it is what it is. Let's see. Let me get that side. And see, the one reason I make this part extra long because in case the when I melt it, it kind of melts this part a little bit. It's okay because it's going to get cut off anyway. So let me let it cool and then see how it kind of like nicked it. But that's all right because we're going to put some beads on the end. Let me see if I have my caliper here. Okay, the thing about leather, this is I mean this is 1mm on the label, but see that? It's actually measuring 1 1/4 because over the years, I mean, this is rough, but I have found that leather, if it says that it's 1mm, it could go like 30% in one direction or 30% in the other direction. That's tough. So because you're like, okay, then what if I order 1mm leather and it's the size that's on the thinner side? I mean, after a while, you'll be able to feel it and you'll know that you don't want to kind of like do any kind of like serious knots with it because it probably will break. But unfortunately, that is the truth about leather because I know leather, and the only kind of leather that's like 100% consistent is Greek leather, but it does not, I have never seen it in a 1mm. The thinnest that I have been able to find Greek leather is the 1.5mm. And I think they do that because they know that 1mm is not very strong. Oh, and one other thing I want to mention about this, my mink oil thing, my little trick, it's a natural leather, so it's not going to work on a coated leather. So if it's like one of those leathers, those really nice ones that have like a painted coating, that mink oil is not going to penetrate through the coating and like fix your leather. This only works on like natural black, natural brown. So I just want to let you guys know that in case you try it and it doesn't work. So like I said, I'm going to do a short version of this. So I'll just do as long as like I can until I get like 5 minutes towards the end. I'm going to make a one that's this length, but remember the measurements are for the triple wrap. And I know that, you know what, I'll give you the measurement for this too, because this is really cool because I thought, okay, these are some variations and cool things that you can do. So imagine you made one here and then you make another one. Then you can like fold a pendant. Let me see if I don't think I have any pendants handy, but let's see, maybe I'll get lucky. Let's see what I got. Nope. Ring. Let me see if I got a big ring just to like give you an idea of like some variation. Okay, there's a good one. Okay, so you can put, you know, a ring through the middle here and then do a macrame binding knot. Just imagine, I think that would look so cool. So a macrame binding knot on this side and then one on the other side. And then you could have something like dangling like down the bottom. See, so this is like, that's really cool. So for this short version, you know what? I don't think I made a cheat sheet for it, but let me see. I know that I measured okay, let's do this. It was 27. Okay, let me get this out here. So it was 27, 26, 27, and then that was times 2, 27 times 2. I mean, that seems like that doesn't sound right. No, maybe it's like, you know what? Maybe it's 27 times 1, and then I folded it. Let's see. I'll be able to tell you in just a second. Okay, there's 27. Yeah, okay, so 27, we're gonna take 27 and cut. So, yep. And then this is going to go through the your button. And remember, guys, this is for the short little version that I'm gonna do. This is such a cool project. I really liked it. Thank you so much, Karen. Because I really wanted to like refigure this one out because I liked it, but you know, I guess let's go center this. Okay, so there's that one, and then I'm going to come over here, and you know, just like right off the spool, I'm going to make a moose knot like over all of them. See, I'm putting it in and then back through, and then I'm going to make a moose knot. Leave like about a 4 or 5 inch tail. I'm going to go with 5 inches. So let's get that. And what you're going to do is see how this one is just that one that's just folded in there. So we're going to do like the moose knot over all of them. So that is, let me put a pin and a clip 1 inch apart, and let's do this. Let's get that short one, and I don't think it matters if it's on top or bottom. So let's 1, 2, and through the loops. I mean, sometimes like you could use a needle, but with leather's kind of like on the thicker like side. So let's tighten it. And remember, there's inside there's just like a plain old folded one. So you want to grab those two and then slide that up and then pull the other cord. And then you'll get, let's get all these. You want to make sure everything looks perfect, and it does. Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that like the most, it's like the queen of knots. It's like if there was a beauty contest for knots, that one would definitely like win, you know, for like, don't you guys agree? So pretty. Okay, so now on this third, because when you braid, you need 3 strands. So on this third one, it's going to be a 40, I know that I measured it out of 45 inches. So I'm going to, this thing kind of got weird. Okay, so I'm going to get 45 inches because after I make this 36, 9 inches more, and okay. All right, so let's do this. Okay, this is interesting. Oop, let's clip this in, and we're going to start braiding. Let me, if you have let me get a clip that's like, because I don't like my clips to like move around. And sometimes if they move around, because, you know, sometimes like weather, like it can make the wood like expand or contract. I think right now mine is like cold, and like, it's cold in my room. Okay, tip. The button doesn't fit, so one thing that you can do, no, I don't want to use those, I'll use these guys here. You could bend, I know I've shown you guys this, but you could take this part, just bend it up just a smidge. And what that does is it allows the jaw to be opened up even more. So, and if your clip is still a little bit loose, one thing that you can do is take a scrap of thread. Let's see if this one works. Like real thin thread, and it's kind of like stick it in, right? Perfect. See that? So now it doesn't like move, and then you could just trim this off. Because sometimes, you know, some of the techniques that, you know, I've developed over time, they require a little more, like, I don't know. Yes. You know what, Lynn? Yes, Lynn, you are correct. Definitely, you know, I forgot to put the glue. But yes, thank you for bringing it up. Definitely put glue. And you could also do it like afterwards, just kind of put some like glue on the outside just to like keep it from moving. But they can, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to start braiding. And this is the important part, because we need to count, like, we need to stop at 17. So let me show you. So we're going to go The long one is on the left, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And see, I'm closing the, I'm not doing it loose like this. I'm like deliberately like doing it like super tight, so that way it's just, it doesn't have those spaces in the middle. So I'm just gonna, let me come back a little bit. And guys, I could feel like how this leather has regained its I don't know, rubberiness or whatever you want to call it. It's so like, well, what a good, man, that I'm gonna like, oh, mink oil. Oh my gosh, it really helped. Did I do 17 yet? I don't know. Okay. So once you do like, okay, let me see if I can like, so like 17. Okay, so you go 17, let's see, 8, yeah. We'll do it again because I kind of miscounted. Okay, so when you get to this point, right there, hold it. And this is when we start making the knots. And this part is really important because we kind of do it a little bit different from one side to the next. So this is going to be like straight out. See, they're not crisscrossed over each other. They're right there, nice and tight. And one thing that I like to do is I like to take like a scrap of thread and just like hook it around the button just to make this part like straight. So I'm going to get another clip and like clip this part in just like that. Okay, now the fun part, the coil knot. Let's see. Right there. I'm going to use, let's see, does it make a difference? Yeah, okay. The here's the deal. You could use a peg or you could use something a little bit thinner, because the thinner the whatever mandrel you use, that means it's the less twisting you have to do to get it to fit around the, you know, your cord that you're making the knot over. I use like the tip of the needle because I really haven't like found anything around my studio that has like a 1.5 millimeter like mandrel type thing. But I think if you could find something that's a little bit thinner, that means it's less twisting for you, which means it's less work and less likely that something's going to go wrong. So I'm going to use the tip of the needle. So, okay, what I'm doing is I'm just, see, I'm doing it really close to the needle, like just nice and as straight as possible. And I'm looking for the 3 loops. So right there, 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to take my cord and feed it through. I'm holding it. Don't let go. And then feed this part through and just keep on holding. I actually like the colors in the leather that me too. That, oh, look how, okay, perfect. And so what you want to do is do not take it off because you're going to tighten it like on the clip. So you're going to kind of pinch it, twist it, and pull and just kind of like scoot it down and like squeeze. Okay. So there is that one. That one's done. And so basically what you've done is you've knotted over the braid. Because I remember when I first came up with this technique, I do the coil knot, but I didn't like the transition because it looked like the braid was like kind of like coming like undone, and then suddenly there's a coil knot. So I figured if I could find a way to kind of like do the coil knot over a braided section, then the transition would be better, and that is what worked. So. Okay, so now on the long one, you're going to put a bead and, okay, now on this one, what you need to do is like you're gonna see how I have the 3 cords, and I'm just gonna like line them up with the long one in the middle, just kind of get them like all in there like that. And I'm going to clip them in. It might pop out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So, but I'm going to like I'm going to put this thing back in here. Come on, come on. And then I'm going to pull it just to tighten it up a little bit. Okay, see, it kind of popped out. So let's get it. Let's see if we can get it back in there. Even if it's just for, all you need is a couple of seconds, just enough to make the next coil knot. And this one, you're gonna, like when you start to make it, just make it as close to the, I guess the closer to the top that you have the needle, the better, because see how I'm like sandwiching in right there. So there's 2 loops. And then I'm just going to keep my eye on there. And there's loop number 3. I'm going to hold it right there. And then don't let it go. So let's take this out. And, oh, oh no, I used the wrong one. No, I used the wrong one, guys. This one. Okay, let's do it again. Well, at least that's good. You can see me do it again. Hold it like straight up and wrap. 2 and 3. And I know in some of my videos, hang on, let me not talk right now. Okay. I say that you could start in the middle, so that way, because with this project, when you're working with the amount of leather that you need for, you know, the actual amount, which is like 75 inches of, like 78 inches of cord, that was a lot of cord to work with. And I just thought, maybe if so now then, let me just stop for a second. Now I'm going to like, just gently, I'm pulling it, because you want to keep the, like those coils like even. And the way you do that is by tapping and pulling. Because if you just pull, then one of the coils is going to tighten like more than the others, and then it's going to look weird. So I'm going to squeeze and tighten. Okay, squeeze and, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it does take a little bit of practice, but it's very doable. Okay, so now we are going to work on the next one. Okay, so that long strand, which is here, let's get this. Okay, so now we're going to count. Okay, let me see if I can count right this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's, so when you do 17, you should end up with your 2 short ones on the right and the long one on the left. That's exactly what you want. Okay, so then we come back and repeat those steps. So this goes here. So it's 17. And you can experiment. Oh my goodness. Let me get this right in there, because you want to get that clip right there. You can experiment with different like spacing. Okay, I'm going to get this here, up and pull. See, so, oops, come on, let's get this. Boom. I am just like, this is not, okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll do this one again in case you guys missed it. So I'm going to hold my needle and like kind of like up. See how this side's a little bit different from the other side? So there's 1 loop, 2, and 3. And let me tell you, this one, the original one that I did was with pearls, because the picture that Karen sent me was, that's right, Karen, was it pearls? I think it was pearls, and it looks so pretty. But, you know, it's one of those things, you know, I made it like, and then I didn't take notes, and I thought one of these days I'll get back to it. So I'm going to remember this one. You don't want to take it off. You want to squeeze and twist. I'm going to do this, squeeze, 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 and like twist. Okay, so now we can come over here and kind of like tighten. Sometimes, I don't know why that happens, but I think we can like fix it once we start braiding it. Oh no, let's scoot that down. That's it. Okay, there we go. Sometimes if you just like scoot it down, it kind of like gets tucked back in. So let's do the next one. So it's actually, it's really fun. I really liked making this one because I thought there's so many like, I'm going to count, guys. 1, 2, oh no. Whoop, nope, whoop, don't count. Don't. You forgot the bead. But honestly, it would also look really cool with just leather. And it kind of gave me like an Avatar Moana vibe, because if you see some of the jewelry that they wear, oh, it's just so pretty. And I think originally I got inspired by something that I saw on Avatar, or was it Moana? One of the two. But they're both really cool. So I'm going to come in here, like lay these out flat. Let's look at the back. Whoops. Like squeeze that in there, and let's get all these. Okay, this one gets hooked. Let's get, whoa. All right, and pull. Don't. You know, I'm sure if I made like a button loop, it would be easier, but I'm just being like kind of, you know, it's going to work. Okay, so now we're going to come back and do this one. Is this understandable? Am I confusing anybody? Oh, you're so sweet, Michael. Oh. And, oh, you know, I was telling Laura Lee that, you know, when you guys order stuff, like from my website, honestly, I don't like filling orders because I get distracted. I look at the stuff that you guys are buying, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a bracelet. And then I like kind of like start hoarding inventory, because I'm like, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that. It's just not good for my business, you know, because it's like crazy. Like I have a whole bunch of like stuff that I kind of like, because some of you guys ordered it, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that. And I just get into lots of trouble. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. So some of these, I mean, will require a little more work than others. Okay, I'm going to start pulling, and like, sometimes you just got to do it. You know, you get nervous. You're like, oh, hang on. Where am I going? Okay, let's get back here. Oh, yeah, we do ship pretty quick. I mean, Lauren is like, it could be like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's like right on it. It's crazy. But, you know, he is very, ooh, beautiful. Oh, look at that. It came out perfect. Now we could do the braid. Okay, so let's get this. And see, you can like, let's see, let's get this one in, and I'm going to scoot this over. Now I'm going to count 17. Okay, so let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And see, the short ones are here again. And now we got our long one. Then I know that I'm not going to have time. I mean, I mentioned at the beginning that there was no way I could make this entire bracelet. But I'm going to put this bead here, and then I'll do like the finishing like touch. But it's very repetitive, so you just like keep doing the same thing over and over. But I had a really cool idea. Let me finish this one, and I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so let's do this one. Okay, I'll just talk about it. Okay, if you could make this necklace, and I thought, how cool would this look? Like, let's say it didn't have any beads, but you had a big, gigantic, large hole pearl like in the middle of the necklace. Wouldn't that look cool? Or I mean, or even just like just any like I just think a large hole pearl would look really cool in the middle of something like this. What do you guys think? Yeah? Oh my God, did I do something wrong? I don't know. I did something wrong. Let me do it again. Something. Boom, ba-doom. I know. Let's see. Let's see. I want to use the cord Sandra uses. I've bought so many varieties over time. Oh yeah, I do like stuff that melts. Because you know, like let me hang on. Let me. That's what happened. I didn't like clip this part in. The don't get me wrong. I love a natural fiber just as much as the next person because they're, you know, because they're nice. They're natural, like the waxed Irish linen. But I was like so bummed out. One time I made a bracelet with the waxed Irish linen and I loved it so much that I never took it off. And like literally like 3 months later, it looked like regular thread. Regular thread. That's what it looked like. And then it like fell apart because it was just regular thread. And that's the thing. You got to know like what cord to use and when. If you're like the type of person that like, it's kind of like abusive with 5 minutes. Thank you, Gina. Okay, let me twist this one and let me get that bead on and then we'll do the, I mean, if you're the type of person that just doesn't take stuff off, then I would go with the synthetics whenever possible because, you know, I don't know. And the thing with me is you think, oh my gosh, I've got so much jewelry. Honestly, guys, I've got like literally like thousands of like bracelets and necklaces. And for some reason, I don't know why, I always gravitate towards the same things. Even though I like all the other stuff equally as well. I just have this, did I do that right? Okay, I got to start eyeballing this because I don't want it to mess up. So I'm just going to like, do it, Sandra, do it. Tip, tap, 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 squeeze, pull. Tap, 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 and pull. Okay, squeeze it, boom, boom, boom. Okay. I'm going to squeeze that one up. Okay, let's pretend like you have finished and you've come to the end of your project, which you should have, you know, give or take something that looks like this. The final length of the bracelet, I just want to let you know, of this one was like 21 inches. And if it's a thin bracelet, yeah, it might be like a little bit like true to your size, but this one is thicker. It's got the bigger beads. So this one ended up being like a 21 inch, but whoops, there you go. So what I did was I mean, you'll end up with maybe about that much thread left over. And so what I did was I fed it through that ring that I made, and then I did a macrame binding knot. So, these black moonstone beads, guys, are so pretty. When I saw them, I was just like beside myself. The green serpentine, they're a little bit dark, but you know, so if you need like a bead that's like on the darker side, then that is perfect. So here, and don't forget a board makes a fantastic Christmas present, and it's a really good price on JTV actually. And I mean, I don't know like what kind of shipping they have. Oh, and don't forget, if you have a Brilliant Cash, you could use your Brilliant Cash. So check it out because you get $30 after, I think, something, I don't know, for your birthday. I got to check it out because sometimes it changes. So I've got 2 minutes left. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a macrame binding knot. And I switch over to a synthetic because if you try doing this with leather, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to come in here and just very tightly, see that? Perfect. And you could, I suggest maybe putting some GS Hypo Cement because that will really like help it hold. I'm going to do a top and a bottom, and then I'm going to take that clip out because I won't need it anymore. But a macrame binding knot is like the knot to like hold, like you could fold leather over and then just like really like tighten it down, and it holds, guys. Because I remember I used to struggle with finishing the ends of leather, and I think the macrame binding knot, the moose knot, and the coil knots are definitely the way to go. So let me just do a couple of more. Oh my goodness, I'm almost out of time. But okay, So you come in, you cut these. I'm just going to cut these. Let's just pretend like I finished. And so after you've like done all the knotting and stuff, see, so you just slide, see how this one slides down? And then you put an overhand knot on this side, and then one on the other side, and then add in your accent beads, because I don't think I have time to get into that. But what I did here was I used a couple of the moonstone beads, because I just thought they were so pretty. It is 11 o'clock. So that's how it's done. So it's very repetitive. So, you know, because I didn't finish the whole thing, you did not miss anything, but the tip of the hour was the mink oil, because it just made my leather legs back to supple. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic week, and I will see you next Thursday with our next show. Bye.